Okay, this is a reading for Aquarius. It's your Native American medicine wheel. I will be doing love readings, weekly love readings later on. Well, after this, and you know, 3 today and tomorrow. Okay, I'm going to get you 4 cards. One for your mind, to see how your mind is doing. One for your emotions, to see how they're doing. One for your intuition and connection to spirit. And one for your physical body and appearance, okay, your health. The idea being that the cards at the top and the bottom of the wheel are like a seesaw, and the one that's more positive, you know, it'll point to which one needs more work, and across from side to side, whoops, we'll see which area needs more focus, more attention, more care, okay. Depending on what's going on with you right now. I've got my cinnamon chai candle. It is absolutely gorgeous, from Woodwork. For crackly, cosy vibes and fragrances. Happy weekend everyone. I hope you are having a cosy, relaxing weekend. If you have to go out, I hope you've got coziness planned for tonight. It's the season of candlelit bubble baths, fluffy slippers, warm throws, roasting chestnuts, cranberries, sprouts and bacon, swede, tatties, parsnips, neeps and tatties. That's Scottish, it's not rude. Turkey, stuffing, or yeah, pigs in blankets. Favourite time of year. I probably say that about everything. Favourite time of year. Okay. Oh, I'm so happy it's Saturday, guys. I've had a cooked breakfast and I've got a coffee and I get to do tarot in my slippers and my comfies. Okay, spirit guides, universe and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Aquarius' highest good. Give me 1 card to show me how Aquarius' mind is right now. Okay, we have the 9 of Wands reversed and the High Priestess reversed. The 9 of Wands reversed is about dropping the burdens. This is someone who's prepared to fight and keep on going. This is somebody who's not, okay? The High Priestess upright is feeling like you're trusting your intuition about things that are unknown, or you're going with spirituality and fate and destiny and you're trusting the plan to unfold. This is like giving up your faith really and dropping the burden of trying. So I don't think your mental spirits are great right now. Let's have a look at your emotions. It's like, you know, going on strike because you're just like, well, what's it all for, kind of thing. That's what I'm getting. You might look at those cards and think, no, I know what that is, it's something different, but I'm trying to read intuitively because I'm not a fly on the wall. Okay, we've got the Eight of Pentacles reversed, so feeling quite lackluster at the moment, like you're not getting anywhere. Okay, because Eight of Pentacles upright is growth, it's expansion, it's investment into a future. He's working away with his hammer and chisel at the fire. Very, very determined, strong, you know, sure. So I think you are feeling quite distressed at the moment, Aquarius. I think your emotions are all over the place. I think you're feeling pessimistic right now. Or stuck. I think there's a desire for you to be in control of your own destiny, and I don't feel like you believe that you are. Because otherwise, what are the bad things about? What's that for? Why do they happen to us, kind of thing? But it's a part of life, you know. In the story of the Major Arcana, the Fool learns that he must take life's rough with the smooth. And then, you know, so there's external realities that we all must deal with from time to time, and unfortunately sometimes you get a bad one and you get a cluster of shitty things happen. But if it is your mental and emotional state, that could be a state of mind. I've not got swords though, I've got burdens, which is like actual challenges that you're coming up against, with wands there. Then the High Priestess, maybe it's just that you don't know how to overcome them. Do you know what I mean? Maybe you don't know how to get past these hurdles. Like, how do I do it? Let's get one for your intuition, wisdom, spirituality. Oh my god, the Wheel of Fortune is in the upright. You might be connecting to spirit very well at the moment, or you're about to. You're about to find your faith again, Aquarius. Because the Wheel of Fortune's upright there. You might be going through an ego death, a dark night of the soul, shadow work. That's what tough periods bring you. They cause you to grow. We don't grow in the light, we grow in the dark, okay? After dark periods, we kind of learn, evolve. If everything was great all the time, we wouldn't ever grow, we wouldn't ever evolve, we wouldn't be forced to deal with anything. Like our own self-sabotage, our own bad habits, our own poor choices, our own temptations, our own addictions. We wouldn't be tested to see if we can manage without other people, you know. If we can do things truly alone, stuff like that, okay, so. Also, if you think about different generations, they could never have conceived of the things that the next generations will go on to do. So there's a reason why humans only live so long, because we just can't, we're not equipped mentally to grow and expand and change at that rate. We can only evolve so much in a lifetime, in one lifetime, so you have to leave it to the next lifetime to grow and evolve further. Do you know what I mean? There's only so many experiences, so many knocks we can take, so much growth and change we can adapt to, and then it's just too tiring. And it's like, oh, screw everyone. As my mum says, it all has to stop at some point, because it's exhausting, you know. And people are totally at peace when they pass on. I hope that's of comfort to you if you have suffered multiple losses recently, or you feel that you're facing them, in terms of people, losing people that we care about. they are at peace once they've passed over, and they're around you in spirit. They are. People still exist, even though they're not in human flesh anymore. Their spirit, their soul is next to you, watching you make decisions, watching you achieve. They're proud of you, they're happy. Any like chips they had on their shoulder or staunch views are dropped. They go through an ego death and they become completely at peace. So if you're not sure about stuff like that, you can watch Tyler Henry, Hollywood Psychic Medium, because people actually continue to grow and evolve when they're not in the human form anymore. They're 100% aware, and they can even see into the future the things that you're going to accomplish in the future. We can't do that while we're in human form. And it's the greatest of our woes, is like, we want reassurance that everything's going to be alright, or we just want to know how things turn out. But people who've passed on, they can see the future. It's really, it's a different set of rules entirely, okay? That's why when you ask for signs and signals from Source that everything's going to be alright, or how things are going to go, they will attempt to do that. They'll attempt to knock something over or leave something around for you to give you a little sign, because they can see into the future. It's just different. It's just a different set of rules for people who are not in the human form anymore. They're still an entity that's around you. Six of Cups. So that's really positive. That's warm feelings of nostalgia, happiness, many years of growth, of love, of making memories. So I think your body's doing great right now. I think your body is fab. I think your health is good right now. I just think you might be, instead of trying to push, this could be more positive than what it looks, instead of trying to push things forward with effort, you might just be dropping the burdens, you know, in favour of your body. And then you're about to get more, you're about to go through a period of enlightenment and ascension in terms of these are the chakras. You can only really get in touch with your gut instincts, your intuition, and connect to spirit and trust, you know, like this High Priestess card. I'm just going to blow that out in case it sets on fire. You can only really activate those chakras when these ones are activated, because they're like cogs. Your root chakra at the base of your spine is about money, security, creating a nest. Once you've got your nest, you're ready to give birth, right? So your reproductivity, your passion, your libido goes up. Then, you know, you become assertive because you have this full nest to take care of. You feel like you're successful, you feel like you have, you know, young ones to look after, so you activate that solar plexus chakra, that willpower, assertiveness, authority. Your heart chakra opens up, you become empathetic to others. You know, when things are going well in a 3D reality kind of sense, like money, career, finance, you know, you get your libido, you feel successful, you feel powerful, you feel good about yourself, so you help others, you know, and then you express yourself because your heart is full, and then you're able to follow the divine plan and have faith and trust that everything's working out how it's supposed to. And then you're able to get to a point where you can read for others, or, you know, get premonitions, you know, all of these kind of like sixth senses, these supernatural kind of abilities, qualities, clairsenses, like clairvoyance, clairsentience, clairaudience, claircognizance. These are things that you're able to do when all of this is going well, okay? So that's why some of these powers come and go at different times, because we all kind of have the cogs slow down and it has a knock-on effect, and we have them speed up again. Depends what's going on in your external realities, okay? And everybody has at least 2 clairsentience that they can offer the world. The most common ones are clairsentience, so you'll get like a funny gut feeling that something's up with someone you know, and you'll get in touch with them and be like, oh my god, I've just been attacked, or like, oh my god, that's so weird that you just got in touch and said you were worried, I've just lost someone close to me, or, you know, it's like that kind of thing. Or you'll be like thinking about someone and they'll message you and you might put it down to just chance or fluke, but it happens more often than it just being chance. Clairaudience is when you hear sounds or you get given song lyrics from songs that you don't even sing or you haven't heard for years, or you've never even heard that song, you don't know what it is, and it'll be just a sentence that's relevant. It's like spirits picking out a bit of text from a song that would make sense because it's a sentence. It's so weird, and it'll be stuck in the reader's head. In that sense, you can have a conversation with people from the other side. It's so weird. What are the other ones? Claircognizance is being able to do stuff like reading cards, where you are getting signals, signs, symbols, messages. You could be a psychic medium, getting symbols or images of stuff, sensations in your body. You could be a card reader, you could be... I'm trying to think what all the different things are. It's being able to articulate messages through different media and understand what higher beings are trying to convey to you as a 3D person, a person of the human form, living a 3D human reality. You're learning lessons. That's the whole point of, you know, having a lifetime. In one life you'll learn so many lessons, and that's why we have different relationships. We meet different people. Friendships are transient, they're not forever. People come into your life for a period of time to serve a purpose, to teach you things, to force you to grow. That's the point of different kinds of relationships. You know, fleeting or lasting, they cause growth. Family experiences, positive and negative, they cause growth. They cause ascension. Obviously, if anything's extremely unpleasant, I don't think there's too many lessons in that. I think karmics and narcissists, you know, force you to draw boundaries around yourself. If you're, you know, quite a bit of an empath or someone who's codependent, they will literally like push you until you draw boundaries around yourself. But the stuff to be learned from that, but obviously things like sexual abuse and stuff like that, I really don't know. I still don't understand why that happens to people. I think it's unfortunately like a malfunction of some human beings. I wouldn't say that happens to people to force growth or anything like that. I just think that's a really unfortunate, you know, disgusting thing that can happen, and really extreme domestic violence and stuff like that. I think it's just unfortunately a malfunction of the human condition in its biological sense. Your brain is destroyed from trauma, you know. I don't think, or you're born, you know, with an abnormal brain shape. I don't think there's lessons to be learned from that necessarily, because it isn't fair that it happens to some people and not others. But anyway, we're going off on a tangent there. But yeah, different people have different clairsenses. You have at least 2. So you've got clairaudience, claircognizance, clairsentience. Clairvoyance is the most unusual one, and that's where you can actually see in front of you and around you different entities. So they're not human, but they might be souls in animal form, or like a dragon or a robot or something, you know, like the supernatural entities around you, shapes, colours, visitations from, you're getting messages from someone who's basically stood over your shoulder, but they don't look like a human, and they're like floating around you. It's very like, that hasn't happened to me ever, so, but I know there's other readers that have that happen. To be honest, I didn't used to experience clairsentience during my readings, but now I blush or feel like I'm going to cry when, you know, the reading is talking about fancying someone or falling in love with someone. I blush and my cheeks go hot, or, you know, I go like giddy and giggly. Or if I am reading about something that's really emotional and like sad, I'll burst into tears. And I never used to be bothered when I was doing readings. I was worried I wasn't connecting, to be honest. So it's something like the more you do it, the more you kind of finesse it, I think. Like if I stopped doing readings for like 6 months, I think I would struggle a little bit because I'm doing it all the time. Also, when I read about it, I have experiences after that, because I think you sort of building your own awareness of it, your own understanding of it, sort of activates it as you open up your mind to it, you know. Anyway, I don't know why I'm wittering on. Let's get you some advice. Because I do feel like some areas of your life are going great, like body and mind, but I think you're about to go for a spiritual ascension, and then your emotions should become more positive, okay? B, don't drink all of life from one flower, for there are many to taste and many to explore. So that could pertain to companies that you're working for. Who says you've got to stay at the same job forever? Who says you've got to work for the same company, the same branch? Mix it up, guys. Give yourself opportunities by leapfrogging, you know, and stepping stones, you know, move sideways, move diagonally, move backwards, sideways, up. Get some movement going in your career, in your relationships, in your friendships. Mix it up, yeah, give yourself different exposure to different people, places and things. Phoenix, summoned, your flesh rises from the ashes and into the expansive flame of your soul. Well, we were just talking about that, weren't we? There's a wealth of experiences out there, and if you only ever expose yourself to the same thing or flower, how are you supposed to grow? How are you supposed to evolve? You know, you're going to outgrow some of the places, people and things that you've been surrounding yourself with. You're a very cerebral sign. You are swords, you are intelligence. You grow from information gathering, from facts, from research, from reading and writing, speaking, listening to others. So, you know, allow yourself the food for your soul. Let's get you some soul truths. For example, other people have lots of things that you can learn from. You know, if you go to another workplace, you might get someone who's more supportive, who just gets you, who appreciates, you know, that you go above and beyond. You just don't know. Do you know what I mean? You might get someone who has experienced family loss and therefore is more supportive. You might get someone who's experienced mental health, or they're close to someone who's experienced mental health, and you might get someone who's therefore more supportive. If you stay in a situation where you don't feel like you're understood, how do you ever expect that to change? You're not a tree. Move. And I don't know why I'm getting aggressive. But I've done this before, and I've given myself the freedom to move out of toxic work environments, to move away from toxic bosses. I understand that what is a temporary upheaval and what feels like a risk is actually calculated risk. and I will put myself in a position where it's more advantageous. That's called, you know, being dynamic. It's called being adaptive. It's called being calculated, you know. If you stay where you are and you have unhelpful entities around you, how do you expect anything to ever change? You know, so get good at manoeuvring yourself away from negative entities and towards positive ones. Get experienced, you know, at moving yourself into different environments that have more to offer right now, because all workplaces change, all relationships change, all friendships change. So when you move yourself into another set of circumstances, or another organisation, or another branch, or another friend group, or you drop one friend and you pick up another one, they sometimes have a lot more relevance to your life how it is now, or they have some opportunities that the last place didn't have, and it's just timing sometimes. Or someone negative just left this new workplace and it's coming into a great period of a few years of like being at its best, and you're going to miss out on that if you stay where you are, because maybe your place was great when you first arrived and maybe it's not anymore, because when you arrived maybe it was a different person running it. Do you know what I mean? Everything changes, everything has its sort of golden age, and then it starts to dip down again. And it's like, if you stay and it's just dipping down, you're not benefiting, are you? But other places are having their golden age and it's coming up. So, do you know what I mean? What's the word? You sort of, I don't know, I can see what I want to, like, I can sort of visualise it more than I want to say it. It's like a chessboard, yeah. It's like a chessboard. And if you stay in one part of the chessboard, how are you supposed to, like, get anywhere? You've only got, like, certain options to you, but if you explore other parts of the chessboard and you allow different chess pieces to work for you, to work for your benefit, if you use the advantages of them, I don't know if that's the best. Like a map. If you only stay within like the first few squares of a map, how do you know what else is out there? You know, if you're a farmer, if you cultivate the same piece of land over and over, it becomes barren. It has no more to offer. And it doesn't mean that that wasn't perfectly enriched when you met it or when you first arrived in it, but there's only so much growth you can do in one place, you know. And I'm not saying dump people after a couple of years and always do that. I'm just saying, if you recognise that something is without nourishment now and has been for a while, move, do something about it. Do you know what I mean? You get bored of places that you've always lived in, like local areas. You come back to them more often than not, but you might need to leave for a while just to give yourself exposure to other experiences. You can feel young again, you can feel like every minute counts again, instead of just watching the years roll by with nothing much going on. You can feel like, oh my god, all day, every day, my eyes are getting like something new. You know, my brain's getting like stimulated in totally different ways. I'm building new neurons, I'm building new connections, synapses. I'm thinking differently, I have a more problem-solving mindset now. I'm more creative now. Unblock yourself. And I don't know why I feel the need to say that, but I do. Am I focused on what I am losing or gaining? Are you going through some change? Are you scared to let go because of what you might lose? Stop it. That's freaky, isn't it? What if you shifted your focus from what you might lose to what you could gain? Endings are actually new beginnings. Today, make a list of all the things you will gain from the change that you're going through. Feel your heart, take a breath and deepen into trust. Amazing things are coming, guys. Oh my God. That's given me like so much hope. How can I deepen my trust right now? Look, we got trust twice, haven't we? Trust, surrender. Let go of the wheel. Stop it, we've got the wheel of fortune. Trust fully in yourself so that you can deepen your trust in others. Trust creates safety, and when we feel safe, we feel unstoppable. Let go and trust. Today, find your centre in the chaos and be certain with yourself so you can deepen your trust in others. I love that. It's like that, isn't it, with trying to think of like us in our childlike self, like when we're toddlers, we're so vulnerable. And when we realise we've got more than one adult around us that we can trust, we do calm down. When we feel like we can only trust our mum or our dad, we call for them and we cry for them and we get so distressed and we go red, you know, screaming because we just want that one person that we recognise. But when you grow throughout life, you understand that you can meet someone tomorrow who's brand new in your life and yet you feel like you've always known them. You trust them, you tell them anything, you'd open up to them. You know you're always welcome. You know they've always got your back. I feel like I'm going to burst into tears. I am due on, but for example, I have been in another country, brand new to me. You've just moved there. And I can feel like I don't connect with anyone, no one cares about what happens to me because I'm not local. And then I will go into a workplace, meet people, meet people and just think, yeah, I'm indifferent, no idea, but you seem to be helpful. And then, you know, I'll meet somewhere I don't really get a good vibe off them, and then I'll meet one person and we will just be like instant best friends. And even if you're not instant best friends, you'll just feel like this is someone who's on the same wavelength as me. We get each other, you'll chat to them and a friendship will grow because you might not have a lot of time together initially, especially if they're married or they have kids, they're just busy, they've got responsibilities, so you might find it difficult to have times to meet up because you're mostly in work, you know, busy. But over time, you can just get little gems, you know, and it's like, God, I actually feel closer to you than people I've known for like 18 years. And that is the beauty and the wonder of life. I personally think there's about 9 kinds of personalities across people, you know, 9 different types of people. And you get benefits from different ones, but some you just click with. Various star signs, like because I'm Taurus, I feel understood by other Taurians. So like I would say about 80% of my friends are Taurians. Not all of them. Some are Libra, some are Aries, some are Leo. Couple of Saggies in there. I'm Libra Moon, and anyone who's Libra Sun, I get on with. I read that somewhere that if your sun sign matches another person's moon sign, that's actually a really good compatibility for relationships and friendships. She tends to hold very similar values, so you just kind of agree on a lot of stuff, or there's a lot of overlap in interests. Who else have I got? Oh, earth signs, like my mum's a Virgo, we're both really creative. Really, really good with colour, shape, design, interiors, fashion. I'd say she's slightly better than me actually, but I think sometimes she says I'm better than her. Same with cooking. There's a lot of overlap with, you know, like how you have fire signs like Aries, Leo, Sag, or you have earth signs like Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I love a walk in the woods, but my sister's an Aries, so she's a fire sign, she'll want to power through. Where, like, my mum's a Virgo, so she's an earth sign, she will want to hug the trees. And, like, we'll both just amble through really, really slowly. And it's more about connecting with nature rather than having goals, you know, about how we're going to get through and what pace or whatever. It's just different. It's like an appreciation for the aesthetic, but also connecting and getting grounded. Fire doesn't stop to get grounded. It doesn't need to. It's on a mission, you know, to kind of like push itself through it as fast a rate as possible. Earth wants to ground itself with other earth, you know. Sometimes earth and water is a good combination, because if you think about clay, how we make clay, we mix water and earth. And then we, you know, fire it in the kiln and we get terracotta. We use the air to, you know, let it dry out. There's a need for all the elements. Air energy is fantastically cerebral, intellectual. Air and water goes together well, because you've got intelligence through art and psychology, ethics, morality, aspects of law, human rights. It's just like all a beautiful interconnected thing, but sometimes like opposites attract, like Leo and Leo the lion and Taurus the bull are very opposite. One's extremely masculine, the other's extremely feminine, and they complement each other like yin and yang, but they can also piss each other off. That's from experience. It just depends. We've all got, if you look up your natal chart, if you know what time you were born, you can get all of your placements, because we each have placements of all the different zodiacs. It's different amounts, okay? Your majors are your sun and your moon, which you can get from just your birth date. And Googling that, you can see what your major influences are, your sun sign and your moon sign, but then all the other placements have they dictate a lot of things. It's very interesting. So do take the time to get to know yourself better, get reacquainted with yourself on a deeper level, deeper than you ever have, and allow yourself to be a nomad on this planet, you know. Don't just stay in the same job forever. Don't stay in the same house forever. Don't stay in the same area forever. Be a nomad. Okay, go where the nourishment is, because nomadic farmers, you know, in Africa, they have to take the animals where there's nourishment, and if they stayed in the same patch of earth forever, they would run out, right? They wouldn't survive. And places change, even places where you've chosen to buy a house, they can have like an up time and then they can go downhill, or you can just fall out of love with the place. Or an area can come up, you know. So I think just respond to things a bit more. You are a fixed sign, Aquarius, so you might be quite resistant to change, but this is about trusting that everything will be all right if you make changes. If you drive subtle changes or large changes, you have to have faith that, you know, you've made a good decision there, and there's going to be some benefit, as well as it being a bit uncomfortable at times. There's going to be lots of benefit, you know, things could be even better than ever. They could be so good that you actually need to pinch yourself. Do you know what I mean? That's what the messages are here for you today. So I'm going to shut up now. If you liked it, please give it a like, share, subscribe, follow, repost. We're up to 95 subs on YouTube. I'd love to get to 100. Thank you for following on TikTok. Very, very supportive community. Very, very up and coming in tarot, where YouTube, you know, there's been a large platform and community for tarot for a long time. I do feel that TikTok's becoming a really good platform for tarot now. nice solid tarot community. I can see different hashtags getting used, and you know, things are getting searched more, so that's really nice because it's a younger generation on TikTok. We're getting more ethereal, getting down with our ethereal selves. I'm in such a silly mood. I think it's you, Aquarius. Right, take care and I'll see you in the next one.